We're still in the moonlight, it's something sweet. Let it wash over all of me. With you I form my company, forever close to the unknown. There's no doubts and no regret. Happy before we get another day to do it all again. Oh, throwing open all the curtains wide. light till it's gone. Hold it in the sun. All of the best yet to come. Hold it in the sun. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Hold it in the sun. All of the best yet to come. We're throwing open all the
Hello there, folks! Goodbye, Tom! Welcome back to another episode of Fast Facts Live. I am your host, your Quizmaster of Ceremonies, Dan O'Keefe, and just like the Grammy Awards, we are also giving the prize this week to Taylor Swift. Thank you all for being here. We got a fun game of trivia for you. We also have the man who is running the show, making sure everything goes along smoothly and as audio full as possible, Tom Hillmeyer. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Hopefully audible is how I am. We got some complaints last week that you were too quiet, so I bumped your mic up.
And I'm just going to talk like an NPR host.
And what's hilarious is by me enabling your mic to be louder, apparently mine's been cutting in and out while Dan and I were chatting before the show. So I'm not the host,
I win.
so I'm not concerned. But we'll see. We'll see how my mic works. It's been working all day, so we'll figure that out. Also, I totally realized I put you on this monitor when you should be on this monitor. There we go. More in my sightline.
You said the phrase, I'm not the host, so I'm not concerned. I actually said that also when Anna had a tapeworm.
Anna had a tapeworm?
No, that was a joke. It obviously did not land, but thank you for being my test audience.
I was so concerned for her well-being.
No, she has a tapeworm. She didn't have a tapeworm. It's a present tense issue.
It's a current
Yeah,
issue.
it is a current problem that is not being dealt with. Just like I thought quicksand would be a bigger issue when I was growing up. I also thought that tapeworms would be a bigger issue.
2017 Twitter wants its joke back.
That I wasn't using that as a joke. I was using that as a setup.
Oh.
And this isn't a joke either. I genuinely thought that tapeworms would be like a thing that people had to deal with as an adult. Because it was in all these shows or like comics or stuff like, uh-oh, got a tapeworm. And they looked like little like Alaskan bowl worms from SpongeBob. So I thought that was a thing that people dealt with, but not in any moderately developed country.
So,
really?
You know how they put fluoride in the water and everybody stopped getting cavities?
Yeah, and then your brain started getting scrambled.
Yeah. But
yes.
I totally got it fixed on, okay, I guess I just don't have to worry about cavities anymore. And then the last 2 times I've gone to the dentist, well, it's not like I've stopped brushing my teeth or anything. It was just like, oh, all right, cool. I guess this is just a thing that humanity has solved. And then I go, the last 2 times I've gone to the dentist, it's been like, no, you have 2, they're admittedly small cavities. Well, it's no problem to just fill them in or whatever. And I'm like, I totally thought that was just a thing that we had solved and we're fine. Also, my dental hygiene is pretty decent, and I was still surprised. So, I don't know.
Does fluoride kill tapeworms?
I hope so. We gotta figure out something that kills tapeworms, because those things
They gotta
keep
put
me up
arsenic in the water or something.
Those keep me up at night. Yeah, we should put arsenic in the water. That'll help.
And old lace.
Sure.
Yep. That's enough. Thank you all for being here. We have a bunch of teams signed up in no particular order. We have Mom and Dad, the Washingtons, the Man with the Golden Goon, a Lonely Tarzan Boy, Idiot Sandwich, Bubba Chubb's Railroaders, and Bocking It? B-A-C-H-I-G it? Either Bocking It, Baking It, Batching It? I'm not totally sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but thank you all for being here. In case you haven't played in a little while, the rules, 5 rounds, 5 questions each. You can double or nothing once per round. If you double or nothing, you think you got every question right, and you did, you double your points for that round. If you get even one question wrong, you lose all your points for that round. There's a Hail Mary question at the end where you can bet up to 10 points. Follow along in ChartyBot, type in your answers. Be sure to get it in within the time frame because if you don't, we will move on to the next question, and you will not be able to submit an answer for that question until we have moved on. Any other rules that I missed, Tom?
No.
Great. Let's get into round number 1. And round number 1 is the Treaty of Paris. Welp, don't know what just happened there. Round number 1. Question number 1 in the Treaty of Paris. In 1815, the Treaty of Paris signed between France and the Seventh Coalition following the defeat of Napoleon. Where? Where was he defeated? 20 seconds. Did anybody see the new Napoleon movie? I didn't. Did you, Tom?
No.
No. Why would you have?
I'm sure I'll put it on eventually if it goes to like.
It'll be on
streaming
Apple
service.
TV.
Oh, good. I have that.
Moving on to question number 2. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris ended what country's Revolutionary War? 20 seconds. I'm just looking. I've got nothing to. I don't know a lot about. Despite taking French for a while, I don't have a lot of bonus France trivia for you, nor bonus Treaty of Paris trivia for you. But let's move on. Question number 3. In 1898, Spain relinquished all claim of sovereignty. I hate that word. Over land to what country, ending one empire and starting another? Sovereignty? Sovereignty? I don't know. 20
Sovereignty.
seconds. Sovereignty. Haha. 20 seconds. That's really pretty in the background. Is that Pandora?
That's one of the lands they gave up.
Interesting. Question number 4. In 1918, France continued its relationship with and acknowledgement of the House of Grimaldi of what principality? 2 points, 20 seconds. Those kids look nefarious, like they're plotting something. What's their goal? What's their aim? We'll only know if we overthrow France. Question number 5. In 1995, although debated over in Dayton, Ohio, go Flyers, a final treaty was signed in Paris which ended what war? 2 points, 20 seconds. There are never any treaties for uninteresting cities. There's never a Treaty of Dayton. I don't want to see that. What would it be? Probably something
they-
about college basketball.
Well, they called this the Dayton Accords,
But it was signed in Paris.
but it was signed in Paris and ended up being called the Treaty of Paris.
That's so dumb. That's it for round number 1. Double or nothing. If you've ever signed a treaty in Paris, if you have, big fish. You're swimming in a small pond. Let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2, it's the most important meal of the day. That's right, it's all questions about breakfast. Question number 1. What's the best-selling breakfast cereal in the United States? 20 seconds. Do you still eat breakfast cereal regularly, Tom?
I do. You want to guess what breakfast cereal I currently have in my pantry?
Reese's Puffs.
No.
Frosted Flakes.
No.
Is it a sugary cereal?
Yes.
Honeycomb.
No.
Honey Smacks.
No.
Oreos.
No.
Cookie Crisp.
No.
I'm getting farther away.
Yes.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios.
No.
I don't know.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The taste you can see. Question number 2. Bubble and Squeak, a dish made of potatoes and cabbage, is a traditional accompaniment to what national type of breakfast? 20 seconds. Bubble and Squeak sound like 2 cartoon mice that would get up to hijinks in a 1980s cartoon. Like a spin-off of the Care Bears or something. I'd watch it. I'm not better than that. Question number 3. In spite of its name, the croissant was actually invented in what other European country? I had a croissant this morning. It had turkey and cheese in it instead of the typical ham and cheese. Turkey is not very good in a croissant. Question number 4. What percentage of Americans make coffee at home every day? 43%, 51%, 66%, or 72%? I will say the correct answer is one of these percentages, but if you want to answer a different one, you're more than welcome to. 20 seconds. Tom, do you make coffee at home every morning?
Oh, you know it.
Happy for you. Question number 5. The creation of what type of breakfast food is getting turned into a movie? Co-written and directed by Jerry Seinfeld. 20 seconds. Okay, I'm sorry. Just looking in the lower left-hand corner of my window box, if you're eating a salad with breakfast, good for you, I guess. That's just odd. Salad does not feel right as a breakfast food. But anyway, that is it for round number 2. Double or nothing. If you never skip the most important meal of the day, serving it up Gary's way. Blah.
Blah.
Thank you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the answers for the first 2 rounds and more questions. None of them are about breakfast, though, so sorry about that. Don't go anywhere. Heyo, we are back. Let's go over the answers for rounds 1 and 2. I'm sorry that I'm so pixelated. It's a moral failing. Round number 1, the Treaty of Paris. In 1815, signed between France and the Seventh Coalition, following the defeat of Napoleon, where that Treaty of Paris was signed following Napoleon's defeat in Waterloo. Question number 2. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris ended what country's Revolutionary War? The French Revolution didn't happen until the 1790s. This was the good old United States of America. Can't sign a treaty in America. Gotta go to Paris. Question 3. In 1898, Spain relinquished all claims of sovereignty over land to what country, ending one empire and starting another? That's right, the current empire of the United States of America. 2 answers with the same answer in a row. It's like when your teacher has the answer on every test be C. Diabolical. Question number 4. In 1918, France continued its relationship with and acknowledgement of the House of Grimaldi of what principality? The Principality of Monaco. And lastly, although debated over in Dayton, Ohio, a final treaty was signed in Paris, which ended what war? That ended a war and an ethnic cleansing in Bosnia, the Bosnian War. Round number 2, most important meal of the day. What's the best-selling breakfast cereal in the United States? That is Cheerios. You all get this one right. Bubble and Squeak, a dish made of potatoes and cabbage, is a traditional accompaniment to what national type of breakfast? That is part of a full English breakfast. If you said English, England got it right. In spite of its name, the croissant was actually invented in what other European country? It was invented in Austria. Who would have thunk? What percentage of Americans make coffee at home every day? 43, 51, 66, or 72%? A full 2/3 of Americans, 66%. Only something like 7% of Americans don't drink any coffee at all.
Heathens.
Good for them. Well, are my parents playing? My dad is. They don't drink coffee.
What do they do for energy in the morning?
They just
Water
have
and
it.
reading? Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't drink coffee for energy. I drink it because it's milk and sugar and warm.
Oh, you
The
put
coffee
milk and
part is
sugar in your
negligible to
coffee.
me.
Well, what's funny
It's
is
because I drink lattes.
when I was younger, I would joke like, "Oh, nobody drinks coffee for the taste because it tastes terrible," and now I'm like, I'm drinking coffee a lot for the taste,
Ooh.
but also the perk. But like now I like the flavor of coffee.
Ooh.
Kind of like
Like a very hoppy beer.
yeah, where it's like, yeah, nobody like when you're 21, right when you're 21, and certainly not
Yeah,
before.
when you first drink.
Certainly not before. When you're like, well, nobody's drinking alcohol for the taste; they're drinking it for the way it makes you feel. It's like, no, I enjoy a glass of whiskey for how it tastes. Like, oh, how the turntables.
Question number 5. The creation of what type of breakfast food is getting turned into a movie written and directed by Jerry Seinfeld? For some reason, the creation of Pop-Tarts is getting turned into a film. On Netflix later this year. Let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3 is also known as, we're going to give you the nicknames or titles or diminutives of some famous person. You just tell us who that person is, aka. Starting off with number 1, question number 1. Who is also known as the Bishop of Rome? 20 seconds. Why don't they fix up that building? Seems like it's been falling apart for a while. Question number 2. Who is also known, or where is also known, as Constantinople? 20 seconds. I'm just looking. I know that I'm back, but I'm just looking. Moving on to question number 3. Who is also known as the Sultan of Swat? If you do not know this, I would highly recommend checking out a little film that was released in the mid-90s called The Sandlot. Question number 4. The Boss, who is also known as The Boss. 20 seconds. What is that background picture?
The Boss from Six Flags St. Louis.
There's a Six Flags in St. Louis?
It was the second Six Flags ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's news to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5. Who is also known as Slow Hand? I don't know why I did that voice, but who is also known as Slow Hand? 20 seconds. It's a really fun looking guitar. I wish I could play guitar. And I realize it's a skill that you practice, and I could just do that and learn how to play guitar. I don't want to do that, though. I just want to have it be like a Matrix thing where guitar skill gets uploaded into my brain. And then I can do the whole Barbie thing of staring at people directly in the eyes while singing Push or Wonderwall. That is it for round number 3. Double or nothing if you know how to play guitar. And let's move on to round number 4. Round number 4 is defunct, or as I typed it, defunct TV channels. Things are going well over here. Question number 1 in defunct TV channels. What was America's first commercial broadcast network, operated for 16 years prior to shutting down in 1956? It was the birthplace of the Honeymooners. 20 seconds. Remember, it's Fast Facts Live, so gotta get your answer in fast because we're moving on to the next question. Question number 2. American Ninja Warrior, which now airs on NBC, began its run as the American Ninja Challenge on what video game-focused channel? 20 seconds. I think my most toxic trait is watching American Ninja Warrior and thinking, I could do that. Most of it. Not the cliffhanger, though. I don't have good finger strength. I would have better finger strength if I could play the guitar, though. So on to question number 3. From 1999 to 2007, Nickelodeon had a sister channel called Nick Gas. What did GAS stand for? I'm a big fan of how this background picture is just Kenan and Kel and then Rocket Power.
Well, hold on. Is it just Rocket Power?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like a combination. Well, that's Chucky.
Is
I
that
think.
Chucky?
It's like a combination of Rocket Power and the Rugrats all grown up.
Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say that's all grown up.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Question number 4. 2 channels merged to create today's Comedy Central. The Comedy Channel and what humorous single-syllable other channel? 20 seconds. Look at all those people in the background wearing masks. Ah, what a time. Hopefully, don't have to do that again. Question number 5. Slowly going. Somehow, Varsity TV, a channel consisting of programming produced by what level of student, stayed on the air for 15 years? 20 seconds. Varsity TV. That sounds like a fake thing that would be made up for a movie, right? But it's not. It's real. That's it for round number 4, Double or Nothing. If you ever have been on a television, like a non-local television network, I have. I was briefly on E, on an episode of E! News for about 15 seconds. Looked horribly uncomfortable and very awkward. And large. I looked so, like, physically larger than everybody else.
Have you appeared on actual network television?
Probably in the background of, like, the LA Marathon coverage. Because they air that on TV. Other than that, I don't think so. Not that I know. Oh, I have. But it was local news, so I don't think that counts. But that would be LA Marathon coverage too. I don't think local news counts.
No, local
I was
news
like,
doesn't count.
I was 4, and my family was interviewed because we went and saw Attack of the Clones opening night.
And how was Attack of the Clones? Because I think that's the
I don't
most boring Star Wars movie.
You know, it's the worst Star Wars movie. That's correct. But I think as a 4-year-old, I thought it was pretty cool. I don't remember.
I've just been in the background of a Marquette basketball game. That's what I
Oh, well, I mean, in that case, I've been on TV.
well,
and, like, the
like
background
I was on the
sports
floor, so I was
broadcast.
easily spotted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to regale you with more stories of us tangentially appearing on television. Don't go anywhere. Heyo, we're back. Before we get into the answers for rounds 3 and 4, housekeeping things. If you want to support us, you can follow us on social media at Fast Facts Live. You can also subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/fastfactslive. If you want to support us monetarily that way, you can also buy the merch at shop.wearecreativeland.com. Best way to support us, spread the word, tell your friends, get them to play. More players, more fun. Tom, will there be a new episode of Fast Facts next week?
Stand by. I knew that question was coming. I can actually give you a half decent answer.
Ooh, half decent.
Half decent.
Maybe. That's the answer is
Wednesday PM. No, I will not be available.
no new episode of Fast Facts next week. Mark your calendars for maybe 2 weeks from now. I don't know. We will update you on social media.
2 weeks from now. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm available.
Great.
I'm
2
straight
weeks.
up available. Ooh, unless I want to go see DePaul play basketball. We'll have a fast
Why would you
facts in 2
punish
weeks.
yourself? Yeah, so no Fast Facts next week. Go spread the love or spread the ashes, or do both. It's a combination of Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday next week. That's what I meant.
Love or the ashes.
Go spread the love or the ashes or both. But come back on February 21st for a new episode of Fast Facts. Also, new episode of In Conclusion coming out tomorrow. We're talking about Barbie. Throw another shrimp on her. Other than that, let's go over the answers for rounds 3 and 4. Starting off with round number 3, who is also known as the Bishop of Rome or the Colossus of Rhodes. No, just kidding. It is the Pope, currently Pope Francis. Question 2. What is also known as, or formerly known as, Constantinople? That would be Istanbul. Ask the Turks. Question number 3. Who's known as the Sultan of Swat, the Great Bambino, the Big Kahuna, the Babe? George Herman Ruth. Babe Ruth. Who's the boss? Not Hugo. No. Bruce. Bruce Springsteen. And number 5, who's known as Slow Hand? This was our hint on social media. This is Eric Clapton. Defunct TV channels. What was America's first commercial broadcast network, operating for 16 years prior to shutting down in 1956? It was the birthplace of the Honeymooners. That is the Dumont Television Network. American Ninja Warrior, which now airs on NBC, began its run as the American Ninja Challenge on what video game-focused channel? That was on G4, which actually was the second incarnation of the channel, because at one point Tech TV merged with G4 to become what it is. And then it was shut down. It was replaced by Esquire Network, which was then shut down, and then it was brought back for a year in 2022, and that did not last long. Question 3. From 1999 to 2007, Nickelodeon had a sister channel called Nick Gas. What did GAS stand for? Nickelodeon Games and Sports. Not G and S, as Tom pointed out to me. Gas. The A is part of it. 2 channels merged to create today's Comedy Central, the Comedy Channel, and what humorous single-syllable other channel? A lot of you said Laugh, which is a good guess. That is incorrect, though. The correct answer is Ha! I love watching my favorite shows on Ha! And question 5. It's coming. Somehow, Varsity TV, a channel consisting of programming produced by what level of students, stayed on the air for 15 years. If you know the name of the show in the background, that's a big hint. It's shows produced by high school students. The background picture is for the show High School. That's it for round number 4. Let's move on to round number 5. It's our toss-up round. It could be anything, but it's this. Question number 1. Leonardo DiCaprio was recently announced as the star of the latest movie by what director, his follow-up to Licorice Pizza? 20 seconds. Tom and I were just talking about how the Dumont logo and the DuPont logo are the same thing, despite being totally unrelated companies. And he didn't say it, but I will. I think it's a conspiracy. Question number 2. Cornelius McGillicuddy, also known as Connie Mack, who has the most wins as an MLB manager in history, who has the second most wins? 20 seconds. People don't wear those kinds of hats anymore. It's very disappointing. It's a bowler hat. I think bowler hats need to be in. That's my new fashion trend. What is Paul Donald White II's, known as Big Show's, profession? 20 seconds. Fun fact, this guy showed up in a film, a Christmas film that you have seen. That film is Jingle All the Way. He plays a large Santa Claus. Question number 4. What's the highest grade on the USDA scale for beef? 20 seconds. I thought the scale of beef would go from flaming hot to punching, but apparently there are actual levels of it. Question number 5. The news desk segment on Saturday Night Live is called what? 20 seconds. Bonus points. We don't give bonus points. Bonus points if you can name who Colin Jost's first partner on the Weekend Update news desk was.
Ooh, can I say it?
Yes.
It's Cecily Strong.
Yes, she was there for 2 seasons as Weekend Update host.
And you want to know? I'm kind of giving. You already said what the answer is.
Yeah, well, everybody answered.
I wrote this question because it's Cecily Strong's birthday.
Oh,
And
interesting.
oh yeah, she was on Weekend Update.
There you go. That's it for round number 5. Double or nothing if you have ever been on Saturday Night Live. Good for you if you have. It's time for a Hail Mary question. You can wager anything up to 10 points. Place your bets now if you want a category for what to place your bet on. World currency. I don't know if that's helpful or hurtful, but if you know a lot about world currency, this category is for you. Once we have everybody's wagers in, we will move on to the next question. We are just waiting on one team's wager. There we go. Here's the question. The ringgit is the official currency of what country? Simple question. 20 seconds. It's the Hail Mary. It's supposed to be difficult. We've been letting you get off too easy previously with these questions. Nah. You gotta place a real bet. You gotta really know your stuff. We really need one team to answer now because we need to move on. Perfect. Case of a tie. 1 ringgit is worth approximately how much in US dollars? In just numbers. 20 seconds. That is it. We're going to take one final break, tally up the scores, figure out who won. Don't go anywhere. Heyo, we are back. Let's go over the answers for round 5 and the Hail Mary question. Toss up. Leonardo DiCaprio was recently announced as the star of the latest movie by what director? His follow-up to Licorice Pizza. That is Paul Thomas Anderson, who also directed... I just took the thing out of the wall, too. Boogie Nights, of which I have a poster. I can't hang it back up, though, because I don't know where the push pen went. That doesn't bode well for my feet. Question number 2. Cornelius McGillicuddy, also known as Connie Mack, has the most wins as an MLB manager in history. He also managed for 50 years. Who has the second most wins? That is Tony La Russa. Who wrote this question? Was it a Cardinals fan? It wasn't a White Sox fan. Question number 3. What's Paul Donald White's the second profession? The Big Show is a professional wrestler. Retired now. What's the highest grade on the USDA scale for beef? That is prime. The News X segment on Saturday Night Live is known as Weekend Update. Hail Mary question. The ringgit is the official currency of what country? That is Malaysia. Bonus hint if you knew the city in the background is Kuala Lumpur. And then the ringgit is worth approximately how much in US dollars? It's about 21 cents for $1. That's everything. Now, let's see who won. Starting off with the team in 8th place and 7th place, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad again with 0 points. In 6th place with 4 points, a lonely Tarzan boy. In 5th with 5, Bocking It. In 4th with 8 points, Bubba Chubbs, Railroaders. In 3rd place with 17 points, we have Idiot Sandwich. 2nd place with 24 points, the Man with the Golden Goon, which means in 1st place with 33 points, the Washingtons. Congratulations for winning this week's episode of Fast Facts. Since you won, you get to pick between either a Creative Land Shop gift card, an Amazon gift card, or the official Cup of Champiosity. You know which one you want. You want the cup. Thank you all for playing this week. A very special thank you to our patrons, and the biggest thank you of all to Tom for producing the show.
Thanks for hosting.
You are welcome. We will be back in 2 weeks with a new episode of Fast Facts. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.